Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Matty Reacts, the channel where we take a look at things we've never watched or listened to before. And today, that is because it's a song from a brand new album. We are looking at Taylor Swift, The Life of a Showgirl, featuring Sabrina Carpenter, from the album The Life of a Showgirl, which I think came out 15, 16 hours ago. Yeah, not very long ago. And this is one of the two songs that sort of popped up as something I should maybe cover. So you might get another reaction soon from this album. I had a really fun time actually listening to the songs that I ended up picking up from, what was it called, the Tortured Poets Department or something. It's been so long since I reacted to it that I've even forgotten the album name. But I did find a lot of the songs from that album that I did react to. Really interesting. Because Taylor Swift, right? She's one of these artists that it's almost like she shouldn't be as popular as she is, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean that she doesn't deserve it, but she's very eloquent with her lyrics. She uses phrasings that you wouldn't expect to see in pop, to be quite honest, because pop is, quite often aimed at the lowest common denominator, and you use really relatable lyrics that everybody will understand, and Taylor uses really interesting metaphors and other sort of literary devices, I suppose, to really sort of show off her lyrics, and you just wouldn't see a lot of other artists writing songs that work like hers work. But I think that's good, and I think that sets her apart, and I think it shows that there is a place for intelligent commentary on the world through pop, because she is probably the best example of an out and out pop star that we've got, at least in terms of like a female pop star. So it is nice to see that the sort of phrasings and words she uses aren't off-putting to people. So I'm interested to see what this will be like, because this is obviously a new era. It's the Life of a Showgirl era. I think there was an interview where she said this is kind of like the album she's wanted to make for a while. I always find it funny when artists say that, because that's just every album, right? Like, the last album you made was the one you wanted to make. The one before that was the one you wanted to make. But this is the one she wanted to make. So I'm presuming that this sort of encompasses all of her current styles and influences in a different way than the Tortured Poets Department did. So let's take a look. Like I say, it features Sabrina Carpenter. It's The Life of a Showgirl, Taylor Swift.
Her name was Kitty, made her money being pretty and witty. They gave her the keys to this city, then they said she didn't do it legitly.
Legitly.
I bought a ticket. She's dancing in her garters and fishnets. 50 in the cast, 0 missteps. Looking back, I guess it was kismet. I waited by the stage door, packed in with the autograph hounds, barking her name, then glowing like the end of a cigarette. Wow, she came out. I said, "You live in my dream." Then she said to me, "Hey, thank you for the lovely bouquet. You're sweeter than a peach, but you don't know the life of a showgirl, babe. And you're never ever gonna wait. The more you play, the more that you pay. You're softer than a kitten, so you don't know the life of a showgirl, babe. And you're never gonna wanna."
It's a lot more chilled out than I was expecting, but like chilled out, like there was a lot of sad songs on the Torture Poets Department. This doesn't feel sad, it just feels chilled. Like I was expecting, she sort of put on the sort of slightly stronger voice in the sort of pre-chorus section, and I thought we were going to get quite a big chorus with a bit of a drop in it, and it came back down, and it was quite nice again, because you don't see a lot of songs. Well, you do see songs do that, but you know, you don't expect a lot of songs to do that, especially you know, as mentioned in an out and out pop star, which is, you know, I don't think you could put Taylor Swift in consistently in another genre. She's obviously done albums that have been, you know, more towards folk and things like that, but you know, a consistent genre for her is that she is, you know, pretty much the definition of a major pop star. By the way, before we carry on, I don't know if you can see down here, but the sort of what is usually the little circle that moves as you play, the scrubber maybe you call it, I think it's a little Taylor Swift, which is quite cool.
The baby of the family in Lennox. Her father whored around like all men did. Her mother took pills and played tennis. So she waited by the stage door, asked the club promoter arrive. She said, I'd sell my soul to have a taste of a magnificent life. It's all mine. But that's not what showgirls get. They leave us for dead. Hey, thank you for the lovely.
Was that Sabrina then? I think that was Sabrina, that verse.
She said, I'd sell my soul to have a taste of a magnificent life. It's all mine. But that's not what showgirls get.
Yeah. Ooh, that low harmony is really nice.
You're sweeter than a peach, but you don't know the life of a showgirl, babe. And you're never ever gonna wait. The more you play, the more that you pay. You're softer than a kitten, so you don't know the life of a showgirl, babe. And you're never gonna wanna. I took her pearls of wisdom, hung them from my neck. I paid my dues with every bruise, I knew what to expect. Do you wanna take a skate on the ice inside my veins? They ripped me off like false lashes and then threw me away. And
Oh, this bit's nice. Very bouncy.
of the dance hall or of the bitches who wish I'd hurry up and die. But I'm immortal now, baby dolls. I couldn't if I tried.
What I quite like about this, and I'm not saying that, you know, she hasn't done it in any of her solo work, because she probably has and I probably don't know about it, but this feels very sassy in a lot of ways, and it kind of feels like this is one of those instances where the featured artist really does influence the feel of the song, because, you know, I haven't listened to a lot of Sabrina Carpenter, but she comes across to me as being really sort of sassy. You know, the song we covered recently, Tears, you know, there was certainly some stuff going on in the lyrics to that song, and I feel like she's brought that sense of, you know, sort of risque fun to this track, and it's impacted, especially from the second verse onwards. The lyrics have, you know, really been interesting to listen to. But yeah, I think as a song, really, you know, interesting. Do I like it more than the stuff that I listen to from the Tortured Poets department? I think I like it. I do like it a lot better than you know, some of it. There was a few really standout tracks on the last album though, and I really do think that this doesn't hit the highs of this song doesn't hit the highs of the last album, but it's probably better than at least a good half of the rest of the songs that I heard. So you'd probably put this in the top half of songs from the last couple of albums, definitely, if not the top third. But it does leave me interested in what the rest of the album sounds like. So yeah, if you have any suggestions for which song I should look at next, which is the other one that popped up and is on my list. The Fate of Ophelia, that seems to be popping up on all of the sort of suggested lists for me to listen to. So I've got that on my list. If you think I should listen to any others, or indeed if you think that's not a good one to listen to and I should prioritize others, let me know in the comments. But yeah, we'll listen to the rest of the song now.
So I say thank you for the lovely bouquet.
Oh, that was a nice drop.
The hustle, and now I know the life of a showgirl, babe. And I'll never know another. Hey, hidden by the lipstick and lace. Sequins on forever, and now I know.
Really like the melody.
Of a showgirl, babe. Wouldn't have
I think it's just that babe. I really like how that babe's phrased. It's really nice.
any other way. Wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you for the love. Hey kitty. Now I'll make my money being pretty and witty. Thank you for the lovely bouquet.
Thank you for an unforgettable night. We will see you next time. Give it up for the band and the dancers, and of course Sabrina. That's our show. We love you so much. Good night.
That was a very interesting end to it there. Not really sure why. Why is The Life of a Showgirl copyright 2024? Interesting. What I was saying was I'm not entirely sure why there was that live bit at the end there. Have they performed this live before and I just don't know about it? Or is that like a fake live ending? Because if it's a fake live ending and the song, you know, the song and the album are called The Life of a Showgirl, is there a bit of a concept behind this album? There well could be. So yeah, let me know if there's a particular order I should be listening to these songs. Like, does the album order matter, or does it, am I fine to listen in whatever order people suggest things? See, I'm still relatively new to this, the Swiftie world. I've obviously always listened to the singles, but I've only really started diving into the albums recently. So let me know what to do. I'm at your beck and call. But like I say, I'll probably only listen to one or two a week, so it might take me a while to get through the entire album if that's what you want me to do. But I'm more than happy to take a look at least a few more songs if people have got the appetite for it. But yeah, I thought especially the second half of that song was a really, really good, really good song. Up there with the best from the last album, definitely, and better than the lows of the last album, I thought. So yeah, I thought it was a really, really positive song. And let's see what else we get from this album, I suppose. But thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you again for another reaction video very soon.